Hmm. I think I'm gonna use a 140 in PvP.
No, you can't. 120s are the meta, and by using a 140 is against the meta.
What's up, dudes? It's me, BraveX Hero, and today we're gonna be talking about the best tips for anyone looking to use a 140 RPM hand cannon in Destiny 2 PvP. How many times has someone gotten upset at you because you wanted to use a 140 in comp or in trials? Or has a friend inspected you and just said, dude, just use the True Prophecy? It's kind of annoying, right? For anyone bored of 120s or someone looking to master 140s, this video is for you. But before we get into the video, if you haven't stopped by the BraveX Hero Discord server, we have a section for God rolls. And if you're someone with a ton of kills, and I mean a ton of kills on your 140 RPM hand cannons, stop by and drop your photos. I want to see those hand cannons with 10,000 kills. But without further delay, let's get into the video. Look, we've all gotten used to the ridiculous ranges of 120s. They're pretty much pocket snipers. Well, if you're looking to master 140s, then you need to know them in and out. More specifically, you need to know your max hand cannon range. Now you might be asking yourself, why does it matter, Brave? Unlike 120s with unlimited range, your 140 RPM hand cannons may be limited to about 30 meters max damage. Once you start dueling outside your max range, you will begin to experience damage fall off, which will extend your time to kill. Rather than doing max damage, you'll start doing 2 or 3 points less. And since you're dealing less damage, rather than dealing max damage critical shot, and being able to secure a kill in 3 shots is going to now require 4 shots, maybe even 5 shots, depending how far outside your max range you are. This is why if you're switching off a 120 high impact hand cannon into a 140, you might be a little spoiled on the range. Just know that you're not going to get that max range. The last thing you want to do is put on a dire promise and duel outside your max range. By doing so, you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage, especially when you go against pulse rifles and high impact hand cannons. Moving on, a lot of players tend to forget the fundamentals of using a hand cannon. It's pretty simple for me just to say, just remember the basics and you'll be fine. But let's break down what those are. For starters, one of the greatest strengths of a hand cannon is its peak fire ability. Unlike weapons that are burst fire like pulse rifles and weapons that are continuous fire like auto rifles, hand cannons are great from peeking out of cover and dealing damage. Using a tactic like this can help you avoid taking damage from other weapons. Being able to peek from behind cover, fire a shot and go back into cover is a great tactic. As you can see in the background, I was able to secure this kill easily by just utilizing cover properly and peek firing. Now, still sticking with the fundamentals, hand cannons are great aerial attack weapons. Unlike weapons like pulse rifles and auto rifles, which require a burst or a constant spray, hand cannons require fewer shots, which can be easily accomplished when fighting from the air. Taking into consideration tip number 1, if you stay within your range and utilize peak firing, you'll have a huge advantage on 120s, especially since your weapon fires faster, allowing you to peek out of cover much quicker and to fight more often. So if you're someone looking to utilize a 140 RPM hand cannon, always peek fire and use cover properly. Now, when it comes to utilizing a weapon that isn't meta, you should always level the playing field. This can be accomplished by utilizing damage boosting perks. Now, you have a lot of damage boosting perks, from your basic ones like Kill Clip, Multi-Kill Clip, and Rampage, to exotic perks like Memento Mori, Mark of the Devourer, and Paracausal Shot. Now, for my negative Nancy's out there and my loser Larrys, I'm pretty sure someone's probably typing up in the comment section, no, Brave, you're wrong. Damage boosting perks don't really do much for these hand cannons. Okay, calm down a little bit there, man. Calm down. Now, there are 2 reasons to use damage boosting perks. For starters, it allows some room for error. Some of the previously mentioned damage boosting perks will allow you to substitute a headshot for a body shot, making it easier to win more engagements. Okay, not bad. But earlier we talked about how your 140 RPM hand cannons are limited with their range. But with damage boosting perks, this can help negate some of the damage drop off. Now that you're dealing a little bit more damage, you can deal outside your normal range. This will really help out when you're outside that 30 meter range, 31 meter range. You got Swashbuckler ×1 active, you can probably push that to 32 meters. You got Kill Clip active, you got Awaken Vigil with Kill Clip. That might be able to push you to 35 meters, which is really going to help you keep that solid 3-shot kill TTK. The last thing you want is to deal outside your normal range, making your hand cannon go from a 3-shot to a 4 or 5-shot. This is why damage boosting perks are great for hand cannons like 140s. Have you guys ever heard of the term speed kills? Well, my next tip is going to be something that I'm pretty sure majority of hunters already do, but this can be used on any class. If you want to win more gunfights using 140 RPM hand cannons, try increasing your mobility on your character. This is going to assist with your maximum strafe speed. Now, why does this matter? Well, it's simple. You want to be a much harder target for your enemy to hit. By increasing your strafe speed, players will have a much harder time tracking you and landing follow-up shots. Now, why does it matter if your enemy misses a shot? With weapons with higher damage output, such as a 120 RPM hand cannon, there is no room for error. They're not forgiven at all. You miss a shot, you are sealing your own fate right there. This is why if you're going to be utilizing a 140 RPM hand cannon and dueling against high impact hand cannons, I highly recommend you increase your strafe speed. Now, it would be dumb for me to say that hand cannons aren't the main poster child for Destiny. They're everywhere. Destiny is known for them. But let me be clear, your hand cannon is a great weapon, but it has a huge setback. You're limited on your ammunition. Compared to something like a Vigilance Wing that can take down multiple Guardians, your hand cannon is limited. Let me break down the scenario for you. Your hand cannon has about 11 shots, right? In a perfect world, that has the potential to kill 3 Guardians. That's if you don't miss a shot or experience damage fall off. One of the biggest pieces of advice that I can provide to you or to anyone trying to main a 140 RPM hand cannon is never challenge the double or triple teams. With 140 RPM hand cannons, you can easily kill any Guardian 1v1. Perfect. That is your situation. That's what you want. But once you start getting into 1v2s and 1v3s, you are better off bailing, regrouping with your teammates. You want to remember the term, there are strength in numbers. If your enemy has more numbers than you, you're probably going to lose. Keep in mind that if you decide to engage a 1v3, remember your hand cannon's limitations. You don't have the ammunition to survive that fight. Moving into our final tip, this is something I get asked about a lot, which I plan on breaking down in another video where I can 100% focus on that tip. But you need to know when you're at a disadvantage. You never want to start a fight already damaged, especially when you're going up against a 120 RPM hand cannon. So when you're traversing the map, if you take damage from a 120, you need to find cover right away so you can recover and level the playing field. It is a bad idea, and I'm talking about a bad idea. If you take damage from a 120 and then you proceed to fight, that's like starting a race but giving your competition a 1-minute head start. It's not a smart idea to do that. So remember, if you take damage, dip, regen, and get back into the fight. Look, regardless of what hand cannon you go with, if it be legendary or exotic, if you go with a Dire Promise or an Ace of Spades, don't think that since it's not the Igneous Hammer or a True Prophecy, you're at a disadvantage. If you follow these tips, I can promise you that in any meta, regardless of buffs or nerfs to these 140 RPM hand cannons, you will still have the advantage, regardless if it's meta or not. But with that, guys, remember, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like to show your support. And if you're new to the channel, do me a favor and click that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you can stay up to date with Brave X Hero. Don't forget to check out the Brave X Hero Discord. Other than that, if you're looking for more videos to help you keep improving, feel free to check out the ones that are on screen now. With that, it's time for me to get back into the Crucible, and I'll see you guys in the next video.